Hey guys, Jesse here, and today I'll be taking a look at the 1:144 scale high grade Gundam Unicorn Destroy Mode 711 version. I know I said I wasn't going to be making another video for an entire month since I'm here in Belgium, but I really couldn't help it considering I brought this guy to build and he's been built for a while and he's just been sitting in my hotel room doing nothing, so I thought I might as well review him. So you'll have to excuse the sort of shoddy, shaky camera work because I don't have a tripod or anything. I'm just filming this with my phone, but here we go. So yeah, he's the 711 version, and he's pretty great. One thing I really like about him are his proportions. This is basically the master grade Unicorn Gundam, just scaled down perfectly. Sometimes high grades tend not to scale up, or master grades tend not to scale very well down between the two grades. If that makes any sense. Sometimes the proportions get kind of wonky, but this guy, for the most part, as far as I can tell, has the exact same proportions as the master grade. So I actually don't own a master grade Unicorn. I own a master grade Banshee though, and as far as I know, they are practically the same kit when it comes to the inner frame and all the armor and stuff. They just sort of differ in head design and some weapons. Here he is from the back. And the nice thing about this guy is that he doesn't transform, so of course he's just the destroy mode, which is kind of a pain with the master grade, and it really does hinder its articulation. This guy's articulation is definitely better than the master grades, but it's not anything super special. It's actually kind of poor for a high grade, but I'll try to go over as best I can with one hand. As far as the 711 color scheme goes, I really do like it, and I wanted a 711 kit. I wasn't going to try to collect them all or anything, but this one to me had the best, had a good balance between its colors and its markings. It wasn't too huge on the 711 markings. The markings didn't get too big. That 711 right there is probably the largest piece of like 711 product placement you're going to see. Otherwise, it just kind of borrows the color scheme. For the greens, you actually get 3 different types of greens. So you get this, like on his hand, this sort of solid lime green, and there in the knees. You get the psycho frame and this translucent green. Actually, you get 4 different kind of greens, excuse me. You get this gloss injected like metallic green for the feet and for the backpack. And then the V-fin is actually a different kind of green from this. It's actually a more like neon green. So that's pretty cool. I don't think they really need to do that, but it does make the head pop a little bit more. But yeah, in terms of articulation and looks and stuff, it's pretty good. I really do like the markings. They were cut really well. They're all stickers. These sort of 711 markings, I really do like that one in particular. It looks very mechanic while still saying 711, and a really nice amount of pinstriping. I think it's just a very well balanced kit when it comes to the markings. The few complaints I have about this kit are the V-fin isn't very secured. It's pretty much held on by friction with that piece right there, and it's just squeezed between it. There's no real peg or anything, so once I'm back in the States, I will definitely glue that. And there's some other kind of strangenesses that go on with this build. For example, these 2 back skirt armor pieces are just held in by friction and not pegs or anything, so they're very like loose, and they do that a lot where they squeeze in on themselves. Yeah, so as you can see, they're not really pegged. They're just sort of held in there by friction. I'm going to leave that off since I only have one hand. I split the side skirts, but they are a little loosey-goosey. And while the torso is on a ball joint, it doesn't really get anything other than swiveling. So other than that, I'm not going to be able to do it with one hand to show the articulation, but his hand's on a ball joint, a very nice and tight ball joint. This can touch the shoulder, has a bicep swivel. Shoulders, actually I can show the shoulders actually have sort of a high grade, like a Revive series sort of articulation where part of the chest goes in. And so it goes up instead of back and forth, even though it can go back and forth. And then legs they don't have a thigh cut, so it's only limited by the ball joint in there, which is kind of lame, so it doesn't swivel very well. And the knees can bend just a little bit over 90, and his ankles you can pretty much get his ankles wherever you need them to go, so those are good. And then this moves a bit, and the shield can rotate along its peg. So that kind of goes without mentioning. So the shield just pegs into these two little holes. It kind of just clips on. You can see it in there. It's just a clip, and it comes with an adapter to plug it into the backpack. Now you may be wondering where his beam Magnum is. Well, it's right here. It's still in the tree because I do plan to repaint this once I'm back in the States, and I want to fix the seam line that is going to be present on this thing because it's just these two pieces sandwiched together, which sucks, but it's an HG, so I can forgive it. I'll have to repaint the magazine though, as it should be like a lighter blue. I just painted some different color, but you do get a spare Magnum that can go, or a spare magazine that can go on his back skirt armor. But since I plan to repaint that, I didn't cut it out. And they do give you a trigger finger for holding the Magnum, for his right hand only. But in terms of accessories, that's it. You do get the beam sabers that are put into the arm and up here in his backpack, but you don't get any beam saber effect parts, which actually kind of sucks because he does, I mean, in the anime and stuff, he does flip that down, and then he has a beam saber, but these don't flip down, and you don't, I mean, they have the hole for the saber effect part, but they don't give you any, so you'll have to scavenge that from another kit. And even so, these are the only other hands you get, so I don't really know how well those hold on to the beam sabers. They don't have a peg or anything. But yeah, I think the only other complaint I really have about this kit is that with these gloss injected parts, you'll see nub marks are pretty much unavoidable. Let's see. Yeah, there, those black spots on the green. Those are nub marks that are pretty much unavoidable. It's just there's no real good way to clean those up except through painting. But they're small enough that I can forgive it, and I can sort of overlook it because I don't really want to repaint this entire kit. I just want to, when I'm back in the States, just hit it with a gloss top coat and maybe fix up some of the lining on them. Oh, that's another thing I need to mention. So this beam Magnum is the only thing that has a seam line, which is something I'm really impressed about with this kit. There's no seam lines on this guy whatsoever, so a straight build with him would actually look pretty good. I mean, the most you'd have to do is some lining and then a top coat. There's no seam line or mold line fixes you really have to do. So yeah, I'm really glad that these white parts are actually parts. The only stickers on this guy that are not like 7-Eleven exclusive would be the eyes and that camera, as well as another green hollow sticker for the camera on the Magnum. But yeah, other than that, this guy's like sticker free, which is great. So yeah, I would probably suggest this over the Master Grade, to be honest. The Master Grade Unicorn kits for the main suits are pretty annoying. They're needlessly complicated, whereas the HGs look good, and you can still get some good poses and movement, and you don't feel like it'll break on you every time you go to move it. So I would probably suggest the high grades in this case, which is very rare because I'm mostly a master grade guy, but I would suggest the high grades of the unicorn main suits over the master grades. In any case, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you all next time.